Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by Bell Tire. Tonight, the Tigers Roadshow moves to San Diego, where it's Friday night. Michael Fulmer trying to pitch the Tigers to a win tonight and snap a 6-game losing streak for the ball club. Nice night for baseball as we welcome you to San Diego. We're at Petco Park, and tonight it's Game 1 in this 3-game series featuring the Tigers and the San Diego Padres. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba alongside Kirk Gibson. Glad to have you with us for Game 1 in the series. We get to the ballpark today, and there are some changes definitely to report. Francisco Rodriguez-Skibby has been released. Bruce Rondon has been called up, but this was a move I think we both anticipated.
Well, we talked about it a little bit on the air last night, and K-Rod has had a great career, over 400 saves, but the Tigers were in a tough spot. He just wasn't performing. He's a good guy, actually. That's one thing they're going to miss him off, but it was just time to move on, and there's new opportunities in the Tigers bullpen starting tonight. All
right, now Michael Fulmer gets the call here this evening. The one thing Fulmer has done really well is keep the opposing team in the ballpark.
He has. You know, he hasn't had a win in 4 of the last 5 starts, but he's still throwing the ball good, very competitive. You can look right there. Ground ball percentage is way up, does not give up any home runs. That's first in the league. He's just got all this pitching. He's such a bulldog. He's got that fastball. He's throwing a slider and curveball, and the changeup really is the equalizer. And he's had a little problem. They gave him a shot not too long ago, and he came out a little sore, I know, out of his last start. So they're going to have to keep his pitch count low tonight, and again, get back that bullpen. It's going to be important for the Tigers.
All right, now for the Padres, Hunter Renfroe is having himself a pretty good rookie season. We don't know too many of these San Diego Padres, but Renfroe kind of jumps to the forefront.
Well, this Padres roster, you don't want to take them light. They remind you a little bit in 2003 when the Tigers were going through a rebuilding process. And Hunter Renfroe is one of those guys. He's a rookie. He's 4th in home runs in the major leagues for rookies. You see Aaron Judge. You hear a lot about him, Cody Bellinger, the Dodgers, but Renfroe's done a pretty good job. We talked to his coach, Andy Green. He said he could be a star. He swings and misses a little bit too much right now, but with some seasoning and a year behind him, I think he could be a star in the future.
All right, Game 1 in the series just minutes away, and after a short break, we'll send you back to the Coliseum Studios, check in with Matt Shepard. Coming up tonight, we're back in San Diego, and it's great to be here. Of course, these two franchises are forever linked with the 1984 World Series. We'll talk about some of those memories as the night progresses. Tigers, Padres, next. Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank, a part of Detroit and the community since 1849. Chrysler, test drive at Chrysler Pacifica, the Drive and Discover Pacifica event going on now. We're back here in San Diego. Petco Park is the scene tonight as the Tigers' 7-game road trip continues. The first of 3 here this weekend at this gorgeous ballpark in this gorgeous city. Here is the Tigers starting lineup for this one today, presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. And for the Tigers, it looks like this. Not many changes. It'll be Kinsler, Avila, and Cabrera in the top 3 spots. Miguel, pretty good numbers in interleague play, followed by J.D. Martinez, Justin Upton, Nick Castellanos at 3rd, and a bottom 3 of Romine, Iglesias, and Michael Fulmer batting here in the National League ballpark. Here's the starting pitcher for the Padres, presented by Jeff Glover and Associates Realtors. It's Luis Perdomo.
24-year-old in search of his second win after starting the season winless in his first 10 starts. 8 quality starts, though, in his 12 games started. He also recorded 2 extra base hits in a game on 5-15 at Milwaukee. I only bring that up because the pitchers hit here. Remember, we're in the National League. Let's take a look at the San Diego starting defense, brought to you by Tim Hortons. Jose Pirela in left field, Franchi Cordero in center, Hunter Renfroe in right field, Corey Spangenberg in third base, Will Myers over in the other corner at first base, Eric Ibar, we had him last year at short, Carlos Asueji. Gonna have fun with these names today.
That was pretty good, though. So Asueji.
And Austin Hedges is catching Luis Perdomo. They even gave us a pronunciation guide, but that late night's got a hold of me right now. Parky's around, but we're going to stumble around a little bit, but we'll get you the game.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll get it done. So we're ready for baseball here tonight. Michael Fulmer getting the start for the Tigers and hopefully pitching them to a win tonight. This is a ball club that desperately needs a victory after being swept in Seattle by the Mariners. It'll be Kinsler to get things started. Kinsler batting .254 with 8 home runs, and he hit 3 of those in the just completed series in Seattle, and he was in attack mode from pitch 1. 0-1 the count.
I think one of the things the Tigers did not do well early in the last series against Seattle was jump on early pitches. They were trying to get that early strike. And Kinsler taking advantage of it right here.
He in 19 RBIs, had 6 hits in that series against Seattle. He lines one right to the second baseman, Asueji. And he'll throw him out, 1 gone. Short hop by Asueji for the out.
Like the approach, doesn't try and pull it. You see the alignment. First baseman well off, Will Myers well off the line, playing in to pretty much pull the ball. Good approach, though. Should play into something good for him later in the game.
That'll bring up Alex Avila in the 2 slot. Avila at .313, 10 home runs this year. Alex had that double late in the ball game last night that gave the Tigers a little bit of life. It was followed by the Cabrera home run. All of a sudden the Tigers made it really interesting.
Yeah, the big grand slam that Frankie gave up, really could not come back from that. Down 5-1, made it 5-3, then it was 9-3, and ended at 9-6.
One ball and 1 strike on Avila. Brad Ausmus's back home. He resides here in San Diego in the offseason. He was hoping to come back under better circumstances, but hopefully that'll change tonight with the Tigers win. Here's the 1-1, and Avila looks at a strike in the outer edge. Perdomo is 23 years old, a native of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. 6'2", 197. Big fella waiting on deck, Cabrera.
I believe he was a Rule 5 pick last year for this team.
And he just missed inside there. Tried to thread the needle, but was a little bit too far inside. Avila was 1 for 9 in the series against Seattle. He has pretty much played every day now against right-handed pitching. And again, they back him out of there.
I'd like to start off with a point here, right out of the gate.
Oh, that's right. You've got Avila and pick the stick.
Yep, I've had him about 5 times. He's got me 2 points, so just kind of setting you guys up as we get along.
Ah, I see what you're doing. I don't know what the numbers are, and I'd love to look them up someday, but I would imagine that if Avila goes to a 3-ball count more than anybody on this team, it seems like every single at bat he's in a 3-ball count.
His on base percentage always around 400 so far this year.
Lloyd McClendon hoping the Tigers can gain some consistency offensively. And he walked him inside. Again, he missed, and there's Avila drawing a base on balls.
Pretty obvious how they're going to throw him today.
Here are the field conditions presented by Ace Hardware and the Scotts Company. It is spectacular here tonight. 70 degrees. A little bit of cloud cover, and
supposed to say flawless.
okay.
Really good, well manicured, well trimmed. It's just a good park. Beautiful down here, and we were talking before the game. We'll talk about some of the nuances here. They've modified the park a lot and built a lot of buildings around the park, which has changed the way the ball reacts here very much.
Yeah, it used to be a really good pitcher's ballpark. It is less so now.
A couple of things around the park that have something to do with that. Modifications contribute.
The 1-0 is outside to Miguel Cabrera, 2-0.
The big scoreboard out here, right up here, that has something to do with it. With this building over here, right? The big building, I think this is the one right here. They built that, and it's totally changed the way the wind, and Mario will tell you how you really know what way the wind's blowing in the ballpark, what to pay attention to.
Chopper to third, foul. Yeah, there's a flag out beyond the center field wall. There are several different flags here, but the one beyond the center field wall is what we keep an eye on to see which way the wind is blowing. So there it is.
That's on top of the building up there. Then the ones in the park is under the National University sign. They'll fool you if you pay attention to that. They say that's the true, which is blowing out to right field a bit tonight. So the ball should carry that way.
Here's the 2-1, and Miggy takes outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. So Perdomo is building a bit of a problem here in the first inning.
Tigers working ahead in the count here early in the game. That's a good sign. Now you just have to be really good at executing. If you see a pitch you like, don't try and do too much.
And he lost it. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks. And the Tigers are in business early in this game. It's amazing how many times Avila starts a rally with a base on balls. He's done it again here tonight. 2 on and 1 out.
Perdomo just doesn't seem like he wants to throw the ball over the plate, missing to his glove side to Avila and to Cabrera. It's going to take some discipline from JD. He'll want JD to roll that over. He's going to try and get a double play. JD's going to have to get something a little more middle of the plate, up, maybe middle third in. He likes that pitch. He drives it in the gap in the air.
That's in for a strike right down the middle. 0-1 on JD Martinez. Batting .333 in the month of June.
That last series, I was really impressed with Nelson Cruz in situations like this, and able to pick a pitch out and to execute it properly.
It'll dive low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Tigers had several instances in that series in Seattle where they had a chance to tack on to their lead, unable to do it. And as a result, they were swept in that 4-game set. Here's the 1-1. Missed inside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
In the driver's seat right now is JD. So you've got to key home exactly where you want it. If it's not there, you got to be willing to go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. You get 2 strikes, you're going to have to expand your zone a little bit, but this isn't the time to do it.
Ground ball to third, knocked down by Spangenberg, throws to second 1, and there's a double play. hard hit ball right at the third baseman Spangenberg, and that's that for the Tigers. They swing it around the horn, 5-4-3, and the threat is snuffed out. Park in San Diego, the Tigers and Padres, game one in this series, and the Tigers tonight are throwing right-hander Michael Fulmer. He takes the mound, and he is presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Michael's first career appearance against the Padres tonight. His only career start in interleague play so far. He got a win against Washington. He ranks tied for second in the American League with 11 quality starts. So even in his losses, he's thrown the ball very well.
Jose Pirela will lead things off now for the Padres, and the first one is in there, a strike called.
Didn't ask Michael if he was looking towards swinging the bat. A lot of these pitchers act like they really like it, but hitting's tough. It might even be tougher than pitching.
Pirela with a big swing there, and the count quickly 0-2. Michael's done some of his best work on the road since 2016. His ERA is 2.85, which is among the best among American League starters. Tigers leaning on him tonight. They need a win. Fouled straight back.
You can tell Pirela, he really lets it go. He's not shortening up at all.
It's about as big a swing as you will see out of a leadoff hitter.
Well, again, especially with two strikes, you think he would shorten up a little bit. Does not appear to be the case.
And again, the 0-2. Bouncing ball to short. Iglesias to his left. And Pirela is nipped at the wire. One gone. Here is the rest of the San Diego lineup presented by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. For Andy Green's lineup tonight, it looks like this. You saw Pirela bouncing out to the shortstop. He is followed by Carlos Asuaje at second base. Then Will Myers, he'll play first base. Renfroe, Spangenberg, and Ibar, Cordero, and Hedges. Perdomo batting ninth and pitching tonight for the Padres. Here is Carlos Asuaje. You look at a strike in the outer edge. Fulmer got the benefit of the call there. Asuaje is only 0 for 2 at the big league level. His second stint with the Padres just called up. Backed him out of there, 1-1.
Well, for the Tigers, you play an interleague play. That is one issue. You're not very familiar with any of these teams, but the Padres, they've had a big turnover in the last couple of years, so really new faces here. Very young team in the bit of a rebuild. young manager Andy Green in his second year. Actually had Andy on in Arizona, called him up for September in 2014, and here he is, a big league manager now.
Suaje swings and misses. Well, the Tigers have only been here a couple of times in recent times. They were here in 2014 and lost 2 out of 3 to the Padres. Before that, it was 2008. Justin Verlander remembers that last trip in. He got his first big league hits in this park.
Find it always hard to win in San Diego, no matter what team I've been on. Of course, '84 was a different story. We actually only played 2 games here and split. When I was with the Dodgers, it seemed very hard. That was at the old stadium. The stadium opened up. It's been a while now, what, 10, 12, 15 years. City has been constructed around it.
Meanwhile, Suaje draws himself a walk. First base runner of the ball game for the Padres.
Let's take a look at the Tigers starting defense tonight here in San Diego. Jay Up out there in center field. Andrew Romine in center with J.D. Martinez in right. Castellanos and Cabrera still in the corners, actually. Is that Iglesias and Kinsler in the middle? Avila behind the plate, Michael Fulmer.
Well, Dixon Machado is a late addition.
Yeah, we didn't get that.
Yeah, Nick Castellanos, late scratch. There was some thought he might be scratched, and he was a very late scratch. So Dixon now at third. Here is Will Myers. Myers fouls it back out of play. Well, among all the young players on this team, Myers is one of the recognizable names. He had a good year last year. And this year, 14 homers, 37 RBIs.
Was in Kansas City. That's when we first heard about him. Then went down to the Rays. That was the trade for Davis, wasn't it?
Yeah, with James Shields, Wade Davis.
Then out here to San Diego.
Chop foul. Myers was always thought of as being one of the next great hitters in the game when he was with Kansas City. Very highly regarded prospect.
You know, it's tough when you're young and you're a quote prospect, because you really don't know what your career is going to be like. You got to go out and you have to pursue it, and you got to really, I guess, define it as the years go on. But it gets defined for you, so sometimes it gets disappointing, I guess, because they expect more. But he's having a pretty good career anyways. Still a very dangerous player.
The 0-2. Well, last year he hit 28 home runs, knocked in 94. Strikeouts have been a problem this year, though, for Myers. He has whiffed 90 or make it 89 times this season.
It's a lot in the first half.
Yeah, not even to the halfway point. Got him. Strike 3 in the outside corner. He is punched out of there by Bill Welke.
Michael Fulmer quick pitched him a little bit. Came set and went to the plate really quick. Couldn't pull the trigger. Pretty good location, cutting through the front plane of the plate. Bill Welke gives him the call.
2 away for Hunter Renfroe, who leads their team with 15 long balls this year, batting in the cleanup slot. Renfroe pounds one foul, back out of play.
Big kid, strong, very athletic, rocket of an arm in right field. So Tiger base runners hopefully should be alerted to that.
This guy hit a ton of home runs in the minor leagues last year, 30 of them in AAA.
They had 4 in AA before that, so 34 on the year. So that's what you hope to see when you see a guy developing in the minor leagues. He has 30+ home runs, whatever. Then you bring him to the big leagues. Does it follow him? And it seems like it has so far. Does lead the team, the Padre team, with 15 home runs.
Fulmer ready with the 0-1. Instead, back to first, and diving back in there is Suaje. Tigers have lost 6 straight. And in that stretch, they have not hit with runners in scoring position all that well. The bullpen has not been good. Here's the strike call. But they take on a Padres team that has won just 29 games this year, 29-44 in the rugged National League West.
See Mark McGuire standing right there next to Andy Green. He's the bench coach.
Familiar face. It'll dive low and away. Good block there by Avila.
Competed against him many times. We were at the Diamondbacks. And he was with the Dodgers. We got into a little wrestling match. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I did not. A literal wrestling match?
Well, kinda. The team was, we were discussing and over towards our dugout, unfortunately. Mac wasn't happy.
The 1-2 is outside, 2-2. Two-out runner at first base.
We're going to keep an eye on Michael Fulmer. I talked a little bit about the fact that he's been a little tender after some of his starts.
Swing and a miss.
Does have good velo and gets the job done. Down on strike.
97 up top for his second strikeout of the game. Fan and a Tiger fan. He's a Gibby fan.
Tiger and a Tiger.
He brought his sign to the ballpark here for you, Gibby. By the way, it's time for the Bernstein Advantage. Justin Upton, OPS by month with the Tigers. You see, it's kind of been up and down. It certainly was low last year, but then he really kind of caught fire.
Yeah, he started very slow last year, finished very strong. Good month of April this year. Back a little bit in May and June, up there at 948 again, so that's a good sign. Jeff's been doing some damage.
Former San Diego Padre. Jay Up was an all-star here a couple of years ago. He looks at strike one from Perdomo. 269 with 14 homers. And pretty good numbers against the Padres career, 318. Upton looks at a ball outside, and the count levels now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dixon Machado will follow, then Andrew Romine for the Tigers. It'll bend high and away. A little slider there from Perdomo. 2-1. Upton has been on base now in 20 consecutive ball games. He's on a nice little stretch. 7-game hitting streak as well. And low and away again.
Perdomo, 94 average on the fastball, 84 on the slider. Does have a changeup as well, around 87 miles an hour. Has a real high ground ball rate, over 60% ground ball rate. You see a lot of movement on the pitches.
Just walked his third batter of the game. Upton leads it off with the base on balls. Stay tuned to Tigers Live. Following the game, we'll select the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers Player of the Game, presented by McDonald's. Stop by for your breakfast favorites, now being served all day.
If the Tigers win tonight and that happens, maybe you should throw a burger on there.
I'm all for it. Here's Machado. Anything for a win tonight.
That's right.
Dixon was a late addition. Castellanos a late scratch. And ball one missing inside.
You can see Perdomo, the ball is just moving. That started over the middle of the plate. Just dove way inside, well off the plate. You get into a good hitter's count here, you think maybe he put some guys on the move, but he's not. He's walked 3 already. Not like he's around the plate. When the Tigers have swung, though, you know it's going to be on the ground. Kinsler hit a ground ball. JD into a double play.
And that double play, by the way, was the 11th turn behind Perdomo this year. And that's one of the best marks in the National League. And now he's gone 2-0, and it's going to bring a visit out from the pitching coach as well.
Darren Balsey. Been here a very long time. This, when you're playing defense behind a pitcher who's struggling like this, very tough. You half expect him not to throw a strike, so you maybe aren't as ready as you need to be. Let's hope Tigers put one in play and they're not ready. Got to force yourself to pay attention.
Quick visit for Perdomo. Boy, you can see the ratio not all that good, and he was able to escape, as Gibby mentioned, with that double play from JD in the first. Otherwise it could have been a whole lot worse.
When you know a guy throws so many ground balls, you need to really try not to roll the pitch over.
That's in there for a strike, and it just caught the inside part of the plate.
About a 1-3, 1-4 to home plate. Jay up could possibly get him, but you don't want to help him out.
Tried to bunt, and he laid it foul. Good idea there by Machado. Third baseman Spangenberg was deep.
Didn't get the bat out front quite enough. Just lagging behind. The ball's up in the zone. Not easy to bunt. It's supposed to be, isn't it? I think so.
Yeah, you would think it's one of the fundamentals that most guys would be able to master as they go, but
probably don't practice it quite as much as they should.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, throw down. Ooh, they almost picked off Upton.
They might have got him.
Will Myers says, take a look at it. I think I got him.
Austin Hedges was a good throw down there.
And we'll see if they challenge here.
It looked like he missed him over top of the hand and then got him on the elbow.
Yeah. No challenge. Strikeout of Machado, the first out of the inning. And the first punch out for Perdomo. Here's Andrew Romine. Ball one to Romine, who had a tough series against Seattle. In fact, Romine is over for his last 7. Average at 226. Tigers have begun to rotate that center field position now. We've seen Matuk out there. Presley was placed on the concussion list today. Swing and a miss. And Romine getting the call in center field tonight.
That's a real good changeup right there. You can see a lot of movement on it. He's got a good arm speed. He's got a real loose motion and arm and follow through. So the changeup, if you can keep that motion, it's going to be very deceiving.
Bouncing ball to first. Myers fires to second. One relay from Ilar. Another double play. The 12th turn behind Perdomo this year. One in this series here from Petco, and Menards brings you the big money encounter. When you look at the slowest and fastest games, well, these two teams are on the opposite ends, aren't they?
So what happens when they meet?
Somewhere in the middle, I suppose. There's a ball outside to Corey Spangenberg. He'll lead things off.
Well, just for gentleman's sake, I would guess I'd take the over of the 254 per game.
So you're saying the slower team will have more of an effect on this game than the quicker team? Swing and a miss.
Yeah, I think it's going to just depends on the offense and how quickly everybody does their thing. It's one of the things if you watch these games, if you go back and watch games from way back, there is a different pace, but it's more strategic, I think, nowadays. So how do you take that out of the game?
Yeah, I don't know that you can. I think there are certain things, players that they get the plate take a little more time than they're supposed to.
They're supposed to stay in the box, at least keep a foot in there, right? But not many do. If we go through the whole lineup, both teams will do a check.
Even the count now 2-2 on Spangenberg.
Former first rounder.
Here's the ball high, 3-2. Fulmer struck out 2 in the first. He also walked a batter. Former Tiger Eric Ibar waiting on deck. Now the 3-2. He'll step off. Fulmer regrouping now. Spangenberg, Ibar, Cordero here in the second. Fouled away again.
That was Spangenberg's first year. Really tough to figure out. Had some pretty good sock in his bat. The league has made some adjustments to him, and it's kind of on him to readjust to the league. Happens for everybody.
4 home runs this year. And a walk. And Fulmer upset with himself there. It's his second walk of the game. Hey, Negro Leagues weekend is June 30th through July the 2nd. Tigers taking on the Cleveland Indians. Special ticket packages include a Detroit Stars fedora, and they're available exclusively at tigers.com/Negro Leagues. Big homestand coming up. Couple of Central Division opponents, the Indians and the Royals, will be in town. Here's Eric Ibar. He'll shoot a ground ball to the right side. Kinsler has only one play. Ibar will advance the runner, one gone. We've had a total of 5 base runners in this game so far, and all of them have been via the walk.
Tigers have had 4 of them eliminated by double plays, at least the potential. 2 double plays so far.
Here is Franchi Cordero. He's been in a pretty good slump. He is 0 for his last 17. Ball one high. Mentioning earlier about the shoulder issues that Fulmer had recently, received a cortisone shot. And here is a number that may be part of the reason for that. 11 for 22 with men in scoring position in his last 3 starts.
Yeah, I'm watching him today. He just doesn't seem like he's throwing the ball like he was earlier in the year.
Fouled away.
But I might be being overcautious.
Well, we saw him get up to 97 with a fastball that he dusted Renfroe with to end the first inning.
Yeah, and that's an important benchmark for this game. We want to keep and watch that velocity. Is it going to stay there all game? Is normally it would. Sometimes when you get a little soreness in there, the shoulder gets fatigued and it drops, and we want to get him out of there if that's the case.
Swing and a miss. Here's 96 from Fulmer. Tigers bullpen, of course, has been hit pretty hard. They were in the Seattle series with the release of Frankie Rodriguez. Bruce Rondon added to the Tigers pen. What a spectacular night here. A little bit cloudy and overcast, but still the temperature is very pleasant.
Typical San Diego. The weather's always doable.
Swing and a miss.
A little extra mustard on that. 97. Came out good, right at the top of the zone. Cordero can't get on top.
So here is Hedges, the catcher.
This is the catcher who was involved in the home plate collision with Rizzo, right?
Rizzo, you are correct, sir. And in fact, he missed a couple of games because of that collision. .218 batting average, 11 homers.
Padres manager Andy Green thought that Rizzo violated the home plate sliding rule. However, no suspensions.
No, and when we look back at that, of course, it seemed like he did veer off a little bit, Rizzo.
I didn't think that he should be suspended. However, no. I did think that he violated the rule. I don't think you should get suspended for violating that rule.
Yeah, it's fouled away.
There was some talk about how the Padres did not retaliate. I'm just going to tell you how it works, okay? Not that they didn't understand that maybe retaliation was in order. But sometimes you get phone calls in situations like this. Like I got one saved from the league, and they suggest that we don't need this to go any further, that they'll handle it. So he would never say it. But it wouldn't surprise me if.
Well, let me ask you this: couldn't you save the retaliation for another time?
Well, sure. You got to let it die down a little bit.
Right.
They had another game though. And I think Manny wanted immediate retaliation. That's how you get long suspensions, right? When it's obvious.
1-2 on Hedges. And he lines one to right field. That's going to get down a base hit, score a run. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Hedges on his way to second. He has a double, and the Padres have a 1-0 lead. 2-out RBI, 2-base hit for Austin Hedges.
This is a slider, I believe. You look, it's just kind of hanging right over the middle of the plate, 89 miles an hour. And Hedges does a good job. Doesn't try and pull this ball, just right to right center field. Keeps it off the ground. Padres take a 1-0 lead.
9th double of the year to go with his 11 homers.
So the leadoff walk scores.
Spangenberg comes in with a run. Here's the pitcher, Perdomo. In there, strike one. Perdomo this year, 167, 3 for 18. Chopper to the left side, Machado. And out at first base. Man, Perdomo was picking him up and laying him down.
He was stuck in the line. He was trying to beat that out.
Hedges, the number 8 hitter in the lineup for Padres, comes through, and Luis Perdomo back to the hill. He was running hard on that last ground ball and just got back out to the mound.
You know, you think about, we didn't discuss it. They pitched the number 8 hitter with the pitcher on deck. Now, many may say, well, why didn't you pitch around him? But you made a choice, because if you get the number 8 hitter, who leads off the next inning?
The pitcher.
The pitcher. So it works, and they felt that they could get him. He made a poor pitch, kind of a hanging slider, and Hedges had a great approach on it, did not roll it over, and the Tigers got burnt on it.
Well, here is Iglesias to get things started now in the third. 1-0 San Diego. It'll be Iglesias, then Fulmer, then Kinsler. Iggy batting .255, got the road trip off to a flying start. 2 hits in his first 2 at bats in Seattle, but then was pretty much handcuffed the rest of that series. And he'll look at ball 1 high. Iglesias, 2 out of 16 in that series against the M's. That'll drop high again, pretty much the same spot, 2-0.
Got to be a little tired after sprinting down first base like that. He ran about a 4 flat down there. That's not many pitchers do that.
I mean, I know he was smelling base hit, but yeah, that had to take something out of him.
I used to tell my pitchers to not run that hard, because especially later in the game, it takes a lot out of most of them. for whatever reason, they get on that mound and they have a hard time commanding their pitches.
Now the 2-1. Bouncing ball knocked down by Perdomo. And Iglesias is out. Check in now with Trevor Thompson.
Mario, I'm out here beyond the right center field wall at the Tony Gwynn statue. And certainly Mr. Padre deserves a statue for all he did in the Padre uniform. 20 seasons he wore that uniform, was a 15-time All-Star, an 8-time National League batting champion, and a 5-time Gold Glove winner. We know what a great hitter he was, but we forget just how good he was defensively. And Gibby, I'm just wondering if you think back to '84, your impressions of Tony Gwynn and what he meant to that team at that time and in that series.
Yeah, I don't know if that was his rookie year, but he was young into the league, and nobody really knew who Tony Gwynn was. But playing against him all through the years, highly consistent, could handle the bat as good as anybody. You really no way to pitch him when he was on, which was most of the time. And he was a pretty good defender as well and a good teammate. And sad to say that he's no longer with us, but his legacy lives on right here in San Diego at Petco Park.
In fact, June 16th marked the 3-year anniversary of Tony's passing, so that very recent. The memory of Tony Gwynn certainly lives on out here, guys.
Here's a high chopper up the middle, and a quick throw gets Fulmer, who is busting it down the line, smelling a hit. Ibar throws him out, 2 away.
Michael, a little tardy right here, but it goes right off the plate, up high over Perdomo's head. Ibar, little communication, cuts in front, and cuts down Michael.
Tony Gwynn played for 20 years in the big leagues and was a career .338 hitter. And simply one of the best.
Yeah, that's a lot of hits.
A lot of hits, and was a really good guy as well. That is his son Anthony. There's the ball low and away. Perdomo facing Kinsler, who is 0 for 1 with a ground out. Nothing but ground balls here for Perdomo. We talked about how his ground ball rate is one of the highest, over 60%, and that's been on display here.
I think it's 64 coming into the game today, 64.1. That's well low. It's almost 20 points over the league average.
There you go. Just about everything on the ground. Now he's gone to 3-0 on Kinsler. Avila waiting on deck. And he walked him on 4 straight.
So guys, it's really pretty cool out here. They call it the party in the park, and beyond the center field wall they've got a big screen where everybody who's sitting on this berm can watch the game. A couple of screens out here, and they've also got a little kids park. The kids are playing baseball out here. I don't know whether we can get a camera that shoots that, but there are, I don't know, 50 kids running around in this little diamond they've got out here. Certainly fans enjoying the game, enjoying the night, and this is a beautiful, beautiful view of the ballpark from out here. This is just a fantastic setting.
Like to hit a ball up there, Tigers, right now for a 2-run home run. Right to you, Trev.
That would be a prodigious poke.
Strike called on Avila.
What's the longest home run you've ever witnessed, Trev?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. Miggy's hit a couple. Miggy hit one in Anaheim that I won't soon forget. Out to the batter's eye out there. That was quite a poke.
How about Alex right here?
Did you ever hit one out of Tiger Stadium, Gibby?
A few, yep. That was fun. They had the roof there. You could always try and launch over there. America, I don't know where really long would be, There's no roofs.
And there, a strike called, and it was again at the upper reaches of the strike zone. Avila clearly did not like that call from Bill Welke. 0-2.
Got to find a way now to battle it, keep the liner rolling, get on base, give Miggy a chance.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out to end the inning.
Good change.
Get a 2-out walk, strand a man. There's the statue of the great Tony Gwynn here in San Diego. What a player. What a hitter.
Well, here we have two things. Number one is that we're still trying to win. We're still trying to make this team better somehow, some way, and our hope is that we get on the right track. However, at the same time, you know, a lot of teams wait till July 1st to decide. I think right now what we have to do is, based on where we're at and how we've been playing, I've got to keep all options open, and I got to say, you know what, I got to start thinking about listening to some clubs if there's any interest out there. I have to now open myself up to be flexible and listen to whatever might come our way.
Goes to the words of Al Avila, who addressed the media before the game today here in the Tigers dugout. There's Al, and you know, it's kind of a difficult thing to do because there were high hopes for this team coming into the season that they could recapture a spot in the playoffs. There is still a thought that they might be able to rebound and get things going, but if that's not the case, Gibby, then you certainly have to look at all options.
Well, I think they're still committed to winning this year, just with different pieces. They released K-Rod today. He's had a great career, but they didn't see any future with letting him continue. Just beyond the pitching, they're going to lose a lot because he was a great guy, great teammate. And it's not easy to do, but they're going to start bringing people who they think deserve an opportunity, prove they can do it at the next level. It's Bruce Rondon. He's been consistent so far in his career, but he's going to get an opportunity now over K-Rod. They like Rondon's stuff over K-Rod's track record overall, and that's why the move was made.
So Rondon is up. The other move, Alex Presley on the 7-day concussion list. Matt Dendecker comes up from the minor leagues, and he is with the ball club tonight. Here's Carlos Asuaje. Padres got a run in the second, 2-out RBI double by Austin Hedges. Asuaje had a walk, did not score in the first.
I also read into Al's comments that they're going to explore value of their players on the market, but I'm sure that they've already started to do that. They're just letting everybody know publicly that it's officially in motion.
Bouncing ball to short, and here's Iglesias. And there are two gone. Time for a game break now. Here's Matt Shepard. All right, Shep, thanks very much. Michael Fulmer back to work now against Will Myers.
Hope he's tough too, huh?
Yeah, that's always
see some scraps.
A plus.
Can mix it up a little bit.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Right to the shortstop, Iglesias, easy hop. And Myers is out. Good inning for Fulmer, a 1-2-3 third.
Tigers trail top of the fourth, and Miguel Cabrera showed more frustration in the first part of this road trip than we've ever seen him. And now lately we're seeing more balls hitting hard up the middle. Got a hit last night, then the big home run which brought it to 9-6. Tigers couldn't capitalize any further than that, so that's a good sign. Everybody knows if Miguel Cabrera gets hot, this team is going to be a totally different team, and there is an urgency, and you could tell Miggy by his reaction prior to his success the last couple of at-bats. It was bothering him.
Well, Cabrera had a walk in the first inning. Perdomo has walked 4 in this game, but it hadn't mattered because he keeps getting ground balls. And he got a couple of double play balls early in this one. There's a swing and a miss. 0-2 on Cabrera. Martinez then up in the middle 3 in the Tigers lineup. A lot of Tigers fans walking around the streets here in San Diego today. It's a pretty good trip to take. Follow their Tigers. And really everywhere we go, Kurt, we see a lot of Tigers fans. We saw a ton of them in Seattle.
And they're everywhere in this city. I was walking around today and approached by many of them. Seeing where you eat at, there are many of them. Checking into all the hotels. So Tiger fans are everywhere, like you say, and they're usually pretty loud. This is a great place to come if you want to go see a visiting stadium. Great weather, lots of attractions around it.
Ground ball to short on the backhand there is Ibar. And Cabrera's out. Yet another ground ball off for Perdomo. Let's check back in now with Trevor Thompson.
Guys, inside the Tigers clubhouse before the game, the reaction about Frankie Rodriguez being released was certainly heartfelt by a lot of the guys in there. Speaking with Alex Wilson, told me that Frankie was a big mentor to him. He learned a lot from him, especially how to be even-keeled day to day, even when things don't go your way. And Brad Osmus said he was like a second coach out in the bullpen, handling those guys down in the pen, and certainly a calming influence and a mentor to a lot of those guys. So his presence is going to be missed by those guys moving forward.
Yeah, beyond what he has to offer with his knowledge and wisdom, he was just, people liked him. And he's a good guy. Certainly not a distraction to anybody on this team.
There is a value to that, and in mentoring guys in the bullpen, being a good guy in the clubhouse, and things like that. But I guess the bottom line is when you get on the field, you have to produce, and the numbers just were going backwards for Frankie.
I agree, but he's probably going to get a job somewhere. He doesn't want to quit. I think many feel he could be a good instructor somehow, staying into this game in some capacity. I don't think that he's ready for that. I think in his mind he wants to continue to pitch, and he may very well go somewhere else and be lights out. It happens many times.
Swing and a miss, and JD down on strikes, 2 gone.
Guys, Brad Osmus also went on to say that Frankie handled the news with class and professionalism, just as he handled everything from day one as a Tiger. So wanted to mention that he didn't throw a fit. He a class act to the very end, and Brad wanted to point that out today, so I thought we should pass that on as well. Certainly not the news that he wanted to get, but he handled it like the true pro he is.
Well, here is Upton. Well, you would expect that out of a guy that has saved over 400 games in the major league. Certainly didn't want to see it end this way with the Tigers. They had a really good year last year, but this is a Tigers team now that has lost 6 in a row. They came in last place in the Central, and changes had to be made. Jay Up had a walk in the second.
Yeah, it's always an assumption that well, he's done, but as you just pointed out, Mario, he had a great season last year. Was he like 44 or 48 or something like that? And there's a different situation may get him back on track.
1-2 on Upton.
Tigers taking some big swings. Perdomo really taking some pitches, taking to the off-speed pitches, and Tigers way out in front. He's got a good changeup. Got a good whipping arm motion.
Nothing but ground balls and strikeouts in this game for Perdomo. San Diego got a run on the RBI double by Austin Hedges in the second, and that's been it so far. Here's the 2-2. Outside, 3-2.
There you see 60 total pitches by inning. 3-2 count on Jay Up. Jay Up gets on, and I wouldn't be surprised if gives it press it a little bit.
There's a walk. Second walk of the game for Upton. And that is 5 walks in the early going here now for Perdomo. Hey, the Tigers battle the Royals this Tuesday through Thursday. Save on great seats with the weekday value package. 4 tickets, hot dogs, chips, and drinks. All for just $19 per person. Go to Tigers.com or call 866-66-TIGER. Take advantage of that. So here's Machado, who struck out in the second. And Dixon looks at strike 1.
I'd like to see Jay Up try and get a bag here.
Talk about a strange line score there. 3 2/3, no hits, no runs, 5 walks, 3 Ks. Upton 5 swipes this year. Swing and a miss. 5 out of 8 for Jay Up.
Got caught the other night on a delayed steal. Took one. He took too short of a hop in a delayed steal. You got to take one full hop and sell the fact you're not going before ultimately taking off.
Tigers had 2 walks in the first, but Martinez hit into a double play. And then another one in the second, and Romine into a double play. That one's buried in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Been throwing a lot of speed pitches in these situations.
There's Romine on deck. Perdomo has equaled his high for walks in a start with 5 tonight. Got to make him pay.
2001, 2002.
2-2.
Kind of what I used to do when I was on base. I'd always count it and just try and see if there was a pattern. As soon as he comes set, you start counting. (2001, 2002, 2003). Yeah, it was a good job. He's a good job at changing his cadence.
And a take there by Machado to run it to 3-2. So J.Up will be on the move here.
It's an advantage. If you're an outfielder, you might want to back up just a little bit, knowing the guy's on the move.
Here's the 3-2. Little chopper back to the mound. Perdomo will handle it. And there's another ground ball out to end the inning. No runs, a walk, 1 man left. Dependable player. It's going to be Hunter Renfroe, who has 15 home runs for rookies in Padres history, the most prior to the All-Star break. And he'll go to work here in the 4th inning. Renfroe to lead things off, and he'll bounce one foul at third base. He'll be followed by Spangenberg and then Ivar.
Michael Fulmer has not given up a home run in what, well, it's got to be over 60 innings now.
Came in at 58 consecutive innings. Saw the big numbers there on Renfroe in the minor leagues last year. Over 100 RBIs. Strike call, now 0-2. Renfroe struck out to end the 1st inning. College ball at Mississippi State. In fact, he led them to the College World Series finals. First time they had been that far. Here's the 1-2. 2-2 now, the count on Renfroe.
Michael has missed many times in that left-handed batter's box tonight. He's been pulling it a lot.
Got him on the outside corner, strike 3. Renfroe thought it was a touch outside. And we check back in with Trevor Thompson.
Mario, I'm at San Diego Pier right now. and this used to be filled with sand, but now they've turned it into more of a party deck, complete with big summer lounge chairs and all the peanuts and drinks you can have. It's quite a party scene out here. Everybody relaxing, kicking back, socializing, and watching the game. Again, just another spectacular view of the ballpark.
Hard hit ball and a diving play by Kinsler. His throw is going to be wide, though. Spangenberg will have a base hit. Trev, any good beverages out there?
They've got everything you want on tap back here, and if you like wine, they've got some of that. It seems like everybody out here is having a good time. This is a corporate event right now. A law firm booked this section of the ballpark tonight to bring their employees and perhaps some clients out here. Everybody out here having a good time, including a couple of people who tell me they're from Michigan.
Really?
I was going to say, Trev, I don't hear any of your buddies speaking up. You usually have several.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that want to get their FaceTime out here. There's no doubt about that. And they're all asking about you, Gibby. They're asking about you. Where's Gibby?
Yeah, I'm with Big M. Tell him. That's a hit, by the way. Nice effort by Ian Kinsler. Couldn't get the throw in the bag.
Kinsler upset with himself. Thought he had a chance to finish off that great play. Eric Ivar, the batter.
Spangenberg runs pretty good. I don't know if he had time to maybe get up and make a stronger throw, but didn't look like it, so he went from the knees and unable to get it there.
Ibar is 0 for 1 with a ground out. He played with the Tigers for a little bit last year, 29 games in a Tigers uni. Here's the San Diego beach where Mr. Thompson is currently mingling.
And Mario, San Diego is a local surfboard manufacturer, I'm told.
Okay, I was wondering.
That'd be a popular sport around here, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
surf action.
Are you a surfer, Trev? Ever do it?
I've never tried that. I tried windsurfing one time. That didn't go well, so I can't imagine on a naked surfboard how that would go for me.
What happened?
I was terrible. I couldn't hold up the sail and get my balance and windsurf at the same time. It was a disaster.
Well, it's got to be hard.
I hear there's hungry fish around here right now.
Such as?
In the San Diego area.
Sharks?
Yeah, sharks.
Great.
So I think that if we tried to surf, what do you think? You want to try it tomorrow, Mario?
Yeah, let's go.
Trev, you go with Mario and I, right?
You just told me there's sharks in the water, and now you want to go surfing.
We'll see who looks the tastiest.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. And a strike called on Ivar, 1-1. Who looks the tastiest?
Well, where's Trev at? You got to superimpose him in.
Well, you spent some time in Southern California, obviously, with the Dodgers. How much surfing did you do? How much did you hang out at the beach?
None, but I watched a fair amount. Go down to the beach and relax.
There goes the runner, and a swing and a miss. Throw down to second, not in time. It'll be a stolen base for Spangenberg. And Avila didn't like that throw, but there goes a steal.
Spangenberg got down there pretty good. His ball is didn't look like he got a grip on it. You could see it curve. Spangenberg runs pretty good, got a good jump. Now man on second. Just didn't get behind it like he normally does. He throws well, we know that. It's pretty risky when you go against Alex. They made it this time.
4 out of 5 in the stolen base category now. The 1-2 to Ibar, and he got him. Strike 3. He's punched out of there by Bill Welke.
He knew it. Two taken third strikes. You see the fastball starts in off the plate. Michael's got the two-seam run action when it throws it arm side. Ibar is down, looking again.
Franchi Cordero stands in now, trying to drive in a 2-out run, and he has really scuffled.
Peter High. I mean, they threw him all fastballs his first at bat. He didn't even come close, so I think you pretty much don't want to trick him. Make him hit what he couldn't hit previous at bat.
was way off the bag.
He was going.
And he balked. Spangenberg will take third.
Two outs, so it's not as critical as it could be. But he takes off. This is pretty good timing by Spangenberg. You got to step off. You see the front leg bent before he stepped off the back foot. The back foot has to step off first.
Swing and a miss. And it looks like Michael's just going to take care of this himself now. 0-2.
Yeah, just this one needs to be a little higher. Fastball a little higher.
Cordero is now 0 for his last 18. He's got a man at third with 2 outs. Missed inside. Of the 5 strikeouts tonight for Fulmer, 3 of them have been looking.
Spangenberg pretty aggressive down there at third base. Could do the old modified pitch out. Have a sign with Machado, pick him off.
Two and two now on Cordero.
I think if he just throws it up in the zone down the middle, he'll get him.
Lifted back out of play.
Pods leading 1-0. Got their run. Spangenberg has been a pain tonight. On base both times. First time he walked. Scored on a double by Austin Hedges. He's on third base right now with 2 outs. Franchi Cordero trying to get him in. Michael Fulmer trying to put him away.
Fulmer in search of strikeout number 6 on the night. And there it is. He got him swinging. Threat is over. No runs, a steal, a balk, and a man left at third base. Michael Fulmer gets it done himself. Punching out Cordero. They've had a ton of base runners, 5 walks, don't have any hits though. As we go to the 5th, it'll be Romine, Iglesias, and Fulmer against Luis Perdomo. The 23-year-old out of Santo Domingo has been able to skirt around some walks by getting ground ball after ground ball.
Well, we need to get a hit, so let's jinx this guy. How many hits they got? No hitters so far, so.
Ooh, that one went right through the legs of Vizquel at first base. Romine hit into a double play back in the second. Omar still nimble down there. Pulled foul again. He was out in front. 0-2. Iglesias and then Fulmer, bottom three in the Tigers lineup. Now Perdomo with the 0-2. It's high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Romine came in batting just .200 in the month of June. And he spoils that one back out of play.
Perdomo again, he's got a lot of movement on his pitches. All of his pitches, he's using all of his pitches. Romine spoiling a couple. Now he's got to get a mistake here. Ooh.
Perdomo wanted that and has a stare in now for Milwaukee.
Thought it ran back and got the corner. It shows by Fox Tracks that it was inside.
And there's a base hit to right field.
Told you.
The Tigers have their first hit of the ball game, a single off the bat of Romine.
Well, Andrew does a pretty good job. Fouls a couple pitches off. Gets something out over the plate. Finds a hole. Another ground ball. This one hit firmly between first and second base. So we got that one taken care of right away. Now let's get the run.
Iglesias tapped right back to the mound his first time up. Tigers already have knocked into 2 double plays.
Good hit and run here situation.
In there is strike call. Got a guy at first that can run. You've got a guy at the plate with good bat skills, and you've got the right side of the infield open.
They're going to suspect it like 1-1 or 2-1. Do it right here.
Chop foul. Now it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Obviously you wouldn't do it with this count.
Perdomo now has had 75, largely because he's walked a ton of guys in this game.
Tell you what, he seemed to keep his composure through all the frustration of the walks, hasn't he?
Agreed. And he just continues to get the Tigers to hit the ball on the ground. One and two.
Mixing it up now. His command went away. Previous pitch came in this pitch. 1-2. 2-2 count's a good one to have the runner going. Andrew Romine started out, had some steals, but lately has not been successful. So it's like anything else, you got to get your confidence level up. He's certainly capable of executing a stolen base now.
Swing and a miss. He could not hold up, and Iglesias is out on strikes.
Slider. He's throwing the fastball, both sides of the plate, the changeup, and the slider. And Iglesias usually doesn't do this. He's hard to strike out. So that tells you how good it was. Good tight spin on it.
It's going to bring up Fulmer now, and you think they're expecting bunt?
Oh yeah. Well, watch. Look where the infielders. I mean, that's a pretty big veil right there.
Now Fulmer's going to walk down there to talk to Dave Clark. It's about as far in as you will see a first baseman. Myers creeping in.
Yeah, you got a slash. I mean, he's right on him here. Of course, he's 60 feet, and he's going to creep in on the pitch. They'll try and go right down to second base. Do the slash. You act like you're going to bunt, then you pull it back.
No sign of bunt there. He looks at a strike.
Got to swing and loosen him up there a little bit. That's a weird feeling when you're in that close. Somebody doesn't square around. They take a swing. National League, they're much more aggressive on bunt play, especially when you get an American League team.
Swing and a miss.
They're going to stay in there at 2 strikes. Watch.
Spangenberg and Myers are not moving. Still pinching at the corners quite a bit. Fulmer grounded out his first time up to the shortstop. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fulmer's gone 2 away.
No, I didn't catch that. I just saw it, but they put the first baseman, Will Myers, he was the guy in tight with a different glove, a fielder's glove. We'll have to go back and show you that. And the second baseman, I'm not even going to try and say his name. Aswahe. He was covering first.
So Romine now at first base with 2 outs, and here is Kinsler. Ian looks at strike 1. Slider.
See there, they exchanged gloves right there. Will Myers got his first baseman's glove back. He gave him his fielding glove, and he gave him his first baseman's glove.
That's something you don't see in the American League. The 0-1.
When you're standing at the plate like that, and guys are right on top of you, it really puts a lot of pressure on you, and it's really hard to. You're trying to be too fine.
Even as a hitter?
Yeah, and you're an American League pitcher who's in your first at bat of the year. It's even harder. Smart play by the Pods.
Smothered by Hedges. Kinsler ground out and a walk.
But now another way, like I said, you get square around really early there. Draw those infielders in a little closer and then give them the old hard bunt by or slash it. Make them hit the deck.
Lifted back out of play. Kinsler in protection mode there. Perdomo's last start was against Milwaukee. He allowed just 2 runs in 6 innings, but lost that ball game. Tonight he's been able to sidestep some walks and allowed just the 1 hit. But his pitch count now is starting to elevate. Largely because of the 5 walks and 5 strikeouts.
Andrew Romine does not look like he's going right now to me. You getting this hit counts, like you get a guy moving, you got somebody cover second base, maybe you can sway a hit.
Came inside that time and Ian took it, and the count evens now 2-2. Avila waiting on deck.
So what I'm talking about, so if he takes off, he's got to cover the bag. This whole area is open over there. That's why I like it.
Ground ball right to the second baseman. Yep, your point solidified right there. Aswahe throws him out. Inning over. Tigers baseball tonight presented by Bell Tire. Detroit is brought to you by Bell Tire. For tires and auto service, everybody needs a Bell Tire guy. And by Chevrolet, the most awarded car company 3 years in a row. We're at Petco Park in San Diego, California. The Tigers opening up a 3-game weekend set. So far, 1-0 Pods. It'll be Hedges, the number 8 hitter, standing in, and he drives one to center field. And it's going to be caught. Hard hit ball right at Romine.
He's hit 2 balls hard. Got the double his first time up and scored a run.
Here's Perdomo, the pitcher, now with 1 out. Pitch count for Fulmer in really good shape. Even though he's had 6 strikeouts in this game. That was a quick out, 1 pitch out. Perdomo will take it. It's ball 1 high. He grounded out back in the second. Ground ball to second. Kinsler gobbles it up, and Perdomo is out. 2 away now. We check in with Trevor Thompson.
Mario, I'm right behind the Tigers bullpen in a place they call the Barkyard. Now, it's Petco Field, so it stands to reason they've got a spot that you can bring your pet. And I'm with Jackie here. She's got her pooch, Lincoln. How cool is this that folks who have their dogs can bring them out to a ball game?
It's so amazing. Thank you so much, Petco Park. It's amazing San Diego does this, even though I'm a Tigers fan.
Now, you came out to San Diego years ago because you're part of the military. Tell us about that.
I am. I served in the Marine Corps, and that's how I ended up here in San Diego. But I'm originally born in San Diego. Or I'm sorry, in Detroit. I'm a Detroit born and bred.
And on Sundays here, they have military Sundays. So Jackie might be here with her pooch for that one as well, guys.
Hey, Chubb, any cats out there?
I don't see any cats, but I do see more Tiger fans with their dog right next door. These are little mini suites. You can order your drinks, order your food, and of course you've got a water dish for the dogs here as well.
Any fire hydrants out there, Trev?
If your dog is too rowdy, though, guys, they will ask you to leave. So these dogs are pretty calm and cool over here.
All right, buddy, thanks. 2-0 the count on Perella. And he'll look at a ball down low. Now, you've been known to bark on the air a time or two, so that's probably right up your alley right there. That's
yeah, I definitely would raise some ears out there for a light whistle, a silent whistle. And I just wanted to see if the cats and dogs would get along. You know, we're all trying to get along, right?
Absolutely. My guess would be no. There's a strike on the outside corner. 3-1 on Perella. Ground out pop up. Ground ball, shortstop side to his right, Iglesias. Perella is out. It's going to be a 1-2-3 for Michael Fulmer. 5 in the books here in San Diego. Still 1-0 Padres. 1-0 Padres as we go to the 6th inning. That gentleman bringing his pooch to the ballpark. What do you think that dog's name is, Gibby? What would you name that dog?
Skippy.
Skiffy?
Yeah.
Why don't you just say Rover or Fido?
Well, because I said Skippy. You asked me, and I told you. Looks
Nice
like
hat.
he's well behaved, huh?
He is. Well,
Man's best friend for sure.
Tigers trying to get to Perdomo here. They've got Avila, Cabrera, and Martinez.
Now we're through 5 innings, and I was just looking at my scorecard. I don't see one ball in the air. Not one. Do you?
Nope. That's because there hasn't been one.
Got 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, I believe, and 9 groundouts.
Avila will lead it off. A walk and a strikeout for Alex.
Maybe a little off in that quick calculation, but you get the point. This kid's really been effective, keeping the ball down, supporting that 64% ground ball rate coming into the game.
That'll back him out of there. 1 ball and 1 strikeout. Avila shifting to the right side in the infield against Alex, as they always do. Back up the middle, he found a hole into center field. A leadoff single for Avila.
Hey, let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch. Mr. Perdomo has really been throwing the ball on the ground. We were talking about all the ground balls. You see there's a double play there. Man first to second, 1 out. That was last inning. Another double play right here. It has not been a ball in the air all game. It's been very effective. Lived up to the billing. Tigers leadoff hitter on in Alex Avila right now. So let's see if we can't put somebody in motion and get a run in.
Tigers have had the leadoff man on in 3 of the first 6 innings. Perdomo 9 for 9 in his last 9 batters in strikes, and he misses there. And first pitch strikes, that is. So 1 ball and no strikes on Miggy.
Biggie's so due.
He grounded out his last time, walked his first time. Perdomo now is up to 90 pitches. And Cabrera drives one in the air to center field, but it's going to be caught. Cordero runs it down. That was an absolute rocket out there to center. 1 away. Time for a game break now. Matt Shepard. Ugh. Terrible. Absolutely terrible right there. Well, the Royals now, they're up to 500, so everybody talking about how they're going to be sellers. They're only 3 games out of first place.
Yeah, you never know who's going to be selling, and there's a lot of speculation. You see the standings right there. Tigers need to just worry about winning ball games, getting back on track. They're capable of it. They went to a streak last year. Would they lose 8 or 9 in a row, Tigers? And the Yankees lost 7 or 8 in a row. I mean, it happens around the game. You just can't get enamored in where you're at. You got to get enamored in where you want to go.
JD has a strikeout and a double play ball. That'll dive low and in, and the count 2-1 on Martinez.
The movement that Perdomo's got on that fastball, you really got to look out over the plate, because the balls that are starting on the inner third of the plate are really running in, and they're eating the right-handed hitters up. You can't elevate that pitch. So you got to recognize it's got to start away, and then hoping that it stays out off your hands so you don't roll over on it. And that double play JD hit is exactly what happened. It looked like it was going to be a good pitch. The ball ran. You want to jam people if you want ground balls, and he did.
Way outside, it'll roll to the backstop, move the runner up.
That's good. It's big right there.
Tying run in scoring position now.
Just yanks it. Hedges has no chance. A little bit of charity, we'll take it. Now you got to worry about your secondary lead down there at second base. Make sure you score in any ball going to the outfield on the ground.
Swing and a miss. JD goes fishing. Big strikeout there for Perdomo. His 6th. Calling all Chippewas. Fox Sports Detroit University Days are back Friday, July 14th. Purchase your ticket at tigers.com/CMU. Ticket packages include a limited edition hat. Don't miss Central Michigan University Day with the Tigers. Get your tickets today. Fire up, Chips. Here's a hat from Michigan University Days. Amazing blue.
Amazing blue Tiger D. One on the right, doesn't that look? Does look amazing blue, but it is the Tiger D.
Here's a ground ball stabbed at first base by Myers, and he took a hit away into an RBI.
Good play.
So the Tigers get a man to second, but do not score. Myers, a nice sprawling play to his right. Now as Michael Fulmer goes back to the hill. Tigers had their best scoring chance. Runner at second, and a ground ball stabbed by Myers saved a hit and an RBI from Justin Upton.
Jeff hit a bullet, and Myers just reached his hand out, and look what I found. You got to give him credit. Moved very quickly towards it, and goes in his glove.
2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Padres. Suaje, Myers, and Renfroe. Only run coming in the second. RBI double by the catcher Hedges. Swing and a miss. It's been a typical Michael Fulmer outing here. He has fanned 6 in the ball game and has given up just 2 hits.
One of them a 2-out double to Hedges, and that's the only run the Pods have.
Padres are not by any means a high scoring offense. In fact, they are dead last in the majors. 262 runs scored now for the year. Last in the National League in team batting average. In the air to center field. Romine coming in. 1 away.
Well, look at here. Gibby's memories. What are we talking about? What do we have to do with the 84 Tigers and the 84 Padres? Last out right here. Larry Herndon puts it away. I'm going to tell you, right before that pitch, I was standing there scared to death that we still weren't going to win the World Series, even though we were up in the score. And that's a fun celebration, and the city was alive. Everybody got along.
Still remember Ernie Harwell's voice when Herndon came running in to make that catch, and the Tigers are the champions. And it was something they'd waited to hear since 1968.
Now, my journey started in 1978 to get to 84, and of course Tram and Lou were before me, Lance, Petrie, Marty Castillo came with me, Howard Johnson was after me, Rosema, Dave Rosema. We were all farm raised, and you know, it's a long battle to get to be a world champion, and when you do it, it's so rewarding. It's a big get together after that. We had a great parade, and hopefully the Tigers will be able to celebrate again soon in Detroit.
How much of an impact do you think, there's Tran, how much of an impact do you think, having grown up together in the minor leagues and coming up all at the same time and kind of producing at the major league level had? What kind of an impact that had?
Well, it taught us a lot about, you know, we had Sparky for all those years, and I'll never forget the first day he came in and laid the law down. It just taught us how to pull for each other and to play for each other. See, Tram won the MVP that year. He was 9 for 20 with a couple of dingers. I got lucky. Jack, 2 complete games.
I got lucky.
I did.
You did not.
Well, it was a good lucky. How's that?
You hit the biggest home run in recent Tigers history.
Well, it's not about me. It's about us. We were talking about. I was happy to contribute.
Okay.
And there's just great memories. And they brought in Larry Herndon and Chet Lemon and Darrell Evans. He was kind of the final piece. And then characters like Bill Scheer, okay, Dougie Bear. You know, he was in the lineup. We got Willie Hernandez, Relio Lopez. I mean, these guys. It's just, it was masterful the way it all came together. You know, it's like a painting that's not quite done, and they added those pieces at the end, and all those youngsters that came up together in the minor leagues. And that's always the wish and the module and the formula for any club, that when they try and rebuild and they're trying to sign a few guys from outside the organization, but they're trying to get that nucleus within the organization as the starting point.
Well, sometimes you don't know if those pieces will meld together and fit together, but they certainly did in '84 and leading up to that year. Here's the 1-2 to Renfroe, and that's going to be in the dirt, 2-2.
I talked about how scared we were. You're sitting out there. Sparky taught us you never celebrate till the final out, because anything can happen, and we've seen in World Series over the years how that can be. And we didn't. I was scared to death. We had 1 strike to go, and you just didn't want to let your guard down.
Looked like he went. No, he did not. It's Jordan Baker down at first. So we will, throughout the course of this series, be looking back at some of Gibby's great memories from 1984 as this 3-game set moves on between the two teams that squared off in the World Series. There's a swing and a miss, and a 3-strikeout night for Hunter Renfroe. 8 punch-outs for Fulmer.
Tigers trail 1-0. Here's our Comerica Bank game summary. Austin Hedges with an RBI double in the second inning really scores the only run. Michael Fulmer has been lights out himself. 6 innings, 2 hits, an earned run, 8 Ks. The Tigers have only had a couple of opportunities, but the Luis Perdomo has induced 11 ground ball outs, 2 double plays for the Tigers. And Tigers had their best inning, actually hit their first ball in the air, and that was Miggy. The bullet, but Justin Upton made a bid to score Romine after he led off with a single. But Will Myers picked that, and we're still trail 1-0 as we go to the top of the 7th.
So Perdomo is done for the night. Machado, Romine, and Iglesias will come to the plate here in the top of the 7th, and the first one misses low. 1 ball and no strikes to count. New pitcher is the left-hander in a wall side windows pitching change, Ryan Buchter.
See, he's been in 30 games so far this year. Has 9 holds, 32 strikeouts, 15 walks.
Perdomo goes 6, strikes out 6, walks 5, and got a couple of double play balls. Machado is 0 for 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tigers have up Machado, Romine, Iglesias, and Kinsler. You wonder why would they have a lefty come in? Got any good ideas?
Well, I haven't really thought about it.
You know, the Tigers really, they only have they have only 1 lefty on the bench.
It'll get back out of play. Buchter last year appeared in 67 games out of their bullpen. 2.86 ERA from the lefty, who broke in with Atlanta in 2014.
Okay, they got Buchter, they got Brad Hand too. He's a stud. He's got a real good arm.
Don't believe he went.
Oh, come on.
He didn't go.
That was a similar to the one we didn't get last inning. Down on strikes he goes. Machado.
Time now for the Unlimited Baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. And what's going on around the Major League circuit? Aaron Judge, the 3rd rookie in big league history with 25 home runs in 68 or fewer games.
Big Papi retired tonight by the Red Sox.
Ground ball foul.
In Oakland, what's going on in Oakland? They're really cleaning house. That's been a poor season for the A's, and designated Stephen Voigt all-star selections in 15 and 16. So boy, pretty good player.
How about 96 from the lefty Buchter? 0-2 on Romine. Iggy next. Swing and a miss. He dusted him again at 96. 2 gone. Here's where the National League game really becomes interesting. It's a 1-0 game right now in the 7th. You got Iglesias coming up. You got Fulmer waiting on deck, and he's been absolutely awesome tonight. You hate to take him out of the game.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to. You get a runner on base. You got to try and score. You're down to your last 7 outs.
There's Castellanos taking his jacket off. There's a strike called. That looked like he was. I think he's lobbying Brad right now.
They bring Casty in. They might bring in the righty. I see they got a righty warming up in the bullpen.
Maton has been warming up. There's a bouncer up the middle. Better hurry up. His throw is in time. They got him at first by half a step. Great play by Asuaje. Tigers go 1-2-3, and coming up, the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch.
good defense right here. And Iglesias going up the middle of Swayhe. Didn't challenge it, very close, but the ball's on the ground, as many as Perdomo is induced for the Tigers today. Everybody's been very active, and teams love to play when they're involved in balls like that. They're just normal, hard hit, firm hit ground balls. He's hitting the spots pretty good. They know where to play. They're picking them up. It's not like they've been standing there and they've had no action, and all of a sudden you're going to have action. But this Padres team playing well behind the Padre pitching staff so far tonight. Tigers down to their last 6 outs.
Corey Spangenberg leads it off as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Spangenberg, Ibar, Cordero facing Michael Fulmer. And he'll look at a ball low in the check swing. Pitcher spot will be due up first when we get to the 8th inning. So Fulmer looking at his final inning here.
Yeah, you're going to have a leadoff pinch hitter.
Nick right now looking over on the tablet with Lloyd McClendon.
Looks like Lucas Hand might be warming up down there.
Eight strikeouts in this game for Fulmer.
Brad Hand.
Single walk, steal, run scored for Spangenberg. Fouled it back. Kind of had a feeling it was going to be a night like tonight that it has been for Fulmer, because this Padres team has been challenged offensively. And here's the Padres box score. They have managed only 2 hits like the Tigers.
But they got the big 2-out knock.
And really, you go back and look at that. The Tigers had the option of pitching around Hedges and going after the pitcher spot with 2 outs, but they elected to pitch to Hedges, who doubled in a run.
Hedges actually hit the ball hard twice, but yeah, and the mix on that is if you get the hitter, the pitcher leads off, but they didn't get Hedges, and that's the only run of the game.
There's a walk. Spangenberg is on with the leadoff base on balls.
He's got 2 walks and a hit today.
Hey, Friday, June 30th, the Tigers host the Indians at 7:10 p.m. Fans are invited to stay after the game for a fireworks spectacular. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. Tiger fans getting anxious for the bats to get going here.
So are the announcers.
Good point.
And all of our viewers. Frustrating for us as well. Guys are trying, maybe over trying. Has not worked out. And Mickey hit a ball right on the button, right to the center fielder. J-Up certainly hit a ball capable of scoring a run. They picked that.
Ibar offering a bunt, looks at a strike.
Yeah, you have to take the butt away from Ibar. They may kind of sniff a hit and run here as well. Ibar can handle the bat, good bunter. Although remember the suicide squeeze in the Boston playoff series with Anaheim?
Sure do.
That backfired.
I also remember the Ibar bunt against Verlander when he was up against Jared Weaver in that no-hitter. Well, the attempted no-hitter.
So point is he's capable of an unordinary move here. Something a little out of the box. Be aware.
Popped up behind the plate. Machado and Avila. It's Avila. One gone. Ibar can't advance the runner.
Alex makes these look easy. You ever notice this is not hard. A lot of these balls, they go all the way over the stands before they come way back down this way. They actually start out over the stands and they come back. If there's wind, if there's sun, it's even tougher, and then there's lights as well. But Alex has done a few of those and cleanly takes care of that one.
Franchi Cordero is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice against Fulmer. And he drops down a bunt. Machado charging on the bare hand. His throw is in time. They got him by a step.
This is kind of it's an interesting play. Good play by Machado. Good bare hand pickup. Just watch the mechanics of what goes on. He gets a good pick on it and takes his time and makes a good throw. Good pick over there by Ming. Watch up top. Who's at third right now? Nobody's at third. Go ahead and run it through. But Michael Fulmer with the good read. There he goes. Get the out, and Miggy's got to be ready to throw that runner out at third should he go. So that was done well mechanically.
So Hedges will be stepping in with a runner at second. He doubled in a run in the second inning, the only run of the game.
Let's hit the ball good. Now they're talking about they can pitch it anyway because they have another pitcher up. They're going to walk him and make him pitch hit.
So the intentional walk to Hedges puts runners at first and second. Wheels starting to spin now. Hector Sanchez.
Switch hitter.
Two for 22. Sanchez was on the DL with a bruised foot. There is Bruce Rondon warming up. 2 on 2 out here in the 7th. Ball 1. Bottom part of the strike zone, 1-1 on Sanchez.
Tigers 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. San Diego 1 for 5. Sanchez spent 5 years over with the Giants. Likes that fastball.
Ooh, man, Avila had to spin right through that swing. 1-2.
How did he catch that? Good play by Alex. We see him do this all the time. He just stabs at it. Side view. I mean, that's was not expecting him to yank it like that. Sanchez did swing and miss.
Parts of 5 years with the Giants for Sanchez. He'll poke that one foul out of play. Sanchez last year splitting time with the White Sox and the Padres. 2 on and 2 out.
Obviously he wants to put him away right here. This may be his last hitter if he doesn't get him.
Just got a piece of it.
98 pitches for Michael right now. Typical Michael Fulmer game. Good battle in him all the time. Goes deep into the games. Stay hard with him.
Outside. Change up away, and now Fulmer about to throw his 100th pitch of the night. And the lefty is good to go in their bullpen. Ooh, man, that just missed.
Yeah, off the plate though.
Well, it's 3-2. That means the runners will be on the move here.
If you're the infielder and there's a ground ball, you can knock it down. You got to do it. You got to dive and try and stop it. Stop those runners from scoring. Keep it 1-0.
Here's the 3-2. Ground ball, first base side, fair ball. Miggy has it. Pitcher covers, and the threat is over.
Good play by Miggy. Waited for Fulmer to get over there. Clean throw. Good tag of the bag. The Tigers get it.
Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. Game as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Michael Fulmer is going to be done for the night, but what a night it was for Fulmer. And you look at his numbers compared to Perdomo, and both these guys are pretty good tonight.
Yeah, Perdomo walked 5. Fulmer walked 4. See the strikeouts got him there, but the big one is the one run that Michael Fulmer gave up. It was a leadoff walk to Corey Spangenberg. Came home on a Austin Hedges 2-out double. That's the only run. The Tigers have had a couple of opportunities. They've hit into a couple of double plays. And they've had some good defense flashed on them. We've got a wall side windows pitching change. Brad Hand this season, 35 games. See ERA at 2.72. 49 strikeouts, 12 walks. This guy is very good. He'll be on the trade block. He has been. Somebody's going to pick this guy up.
11 strikeouts per 9 since 2016. John Hicks will pinch hit for Michael Fulmer. 306 for Hicks. He has been really good for the Tigers this year. Here's the 1-0. It'll be Hicks, Kinsler, and Avila against Brad Hand, who last year appeared in 82 ball games for the Padres, a league high, and he had an ERA of 2.92.
Brad going with Hicks, trying to get somebody with some pop. Maybe he hits one out or hits a gapper. Trying to get somebody in scoring position quick or get that run scored quickly.
2-1. Buchter went the 7th and got him 1-2-3. Now Hand here in the 8th. Roll foul.
That hurts. That would have been a ball.
There's the story right there. Only 4 hits in this game. Each team has left 5. Hand began his career with the Marlins, spent the 11, 12, 13, and 14 seasons with Miami, 15 as well, and then he was waived and scooped up by the Padres last year. Hicks checked it, didn't go. 3-2. There's Shane Green warming up. Tigers need a runner here. 3-2 to Hicks. Soft liner foul. Kirby Yates is in the Padres bullpen. Looking ahead, you got Kinsler a righty, Avila a lefty, Cabrera a righty. Another foul, and good at bat here by Hicks.
Shortening up with 2 strikes, which you got to do. Do you run for him if he gets on?
Rolled foul.
See what we got left here. Mikey, Matuk, Chado's in the game. You got Nick, you got McCann,
Dendecker.
Don't know how good of a runner Dendecker is.
There's Martinez now looking over some numbers and/or video. Lifted foul out of play, and Hicks continues to battle here.
Yeah, it's a good job of shortening up. He's really letting the ball travel, getting in on him deep. Now you give something up, but you're not going to go down and just concede. You might strike out.
Great job again tonight by Fulmer. It's up to the offense. Here's another foul, and look at that Foxtrack spray chart, man. He's been all over Hand has. Up and down, in and out.
You got to anything close, so you got to offer at it. You got to try and foul it off. Hand's made some decent pitches. You see Mikey right there. My guess is he's probably going to pinch run. Looks like everybody's in play. Everybody's loose.
Line drive down the left field line. Fair ball. This is going to be extra bases. It'll go to the wall, and Hicks is on his way to second, and we've got a leadoff double.
Hear the Detroit crowd. Lots of Tiger fans.
And now Matuk will come on a pinch run.
Well, let's take a look. We're going to show you all the pitches really quick. I'm not sure how many they were. $11 total, and then he finally wins the battle right here, down into the left field corner, and Tiger fans really happy and loud. First time in this game, Tigers have the leadoff man on here in the 8th. Second base, good chance to get him over and get him in.
So Kinsler will step in. Spangenberg is tight at third on the grass.
Yeah, they got regular on now. I don't think he's going to bunt.
Ian swings and misses 0-1.
Reason being they got Alex Avila, left-handed hitter, up against the left-handed pitcher Hand. And if they pinch hit McCann, they'll just bring in Yates, the right-hander. He'll be righty on righty, so you don't bunt to do that. Ian's going to be swinging away all the way. Oh.
Driven to left field down the line. That ball is hooking and foul. Back into seats. Got out ahead of it, and it's 0-2 now on Kinsler.
Now if you're really good and confident, going to have both corners back now. You could bunt for a base hit, but that's not Kinsler. He's not going to do that. He's going to try and hit him in. He's one of your hottest hitters lately.
He checked it. Oh, he went around. You got to be kidding me. Oh, Kinsler can't believe it. And Ian's screaming now at Baker at first base.
It's a seed, man.
I don't know about that. I got to see this.
Why did he throw him out? He had his back turned.
He threw him out?
Yeah, watch Brad.
Yep.
He's going to be gone.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting
That's
here.
an aggressive run. Ian Kinsler had his back turned.
Jordan Baker and Brad Ausmus toe-to-toe.
I didn't see why he had to throw him out.
Kinsler's been ejected from the game.
Well, Jordan Baker's been busy down there today. There's lots of differences of opinions.
No.
It's marginal. It's close.
It's close.
Yeah, and he stayed with it. He turned around. This is about when he throws him out, about right here. I know Ian was not looking at him when he threw him out. Brad had a pretty aggressive trot over there. I don't think they didn't. That was throwing Kinsler out.
Castellanos going to pinch hit now for Avila. In there, a strike, 0-1.
And I'm wondering if they're going to put, let's see, they're going to need a catcher. They could put Hicks in and lose the DH. Yeah, they put their pitcher up with Alex right here. Probably do a switch. Hicks probably staying as a catcher. That's when it gets interesting. The National League is tricky. How you use your players. Come on, Nick. Hit a dinger.
Way outside to Castellanos. 1 ball and 1 strike.
So Hicks leads off with a double. Kinsler gets called on at strikes.
You know, Kinsler shouldn't be on the bench if he got tossed. I'm wondering if it was Brad that was tossed.
Yeah, it could have been.
There's a ground ball foul. How about the Let's Go Tigers chants here in San Diego?
Yeah, they're here. There's plenty of fans here. They're passionate. That feels good. Listen to them. They're playing the organ. They're saying, "Let's go Tiger."
Oops.
Tiger fans are the best. You know that.
Well, 1-2 on Castellanos. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Slider.
And he comes back with a couple of punch outs, but don't go anywhere. You got Cabrera coming up.
Pretty good slider. Look at that. It's got a good bite. That's why Hand's got so many strikeouts for 9. I don't think they would walk him. You know, put the go-ahead run on the base.
So Gino's got the lineup card. So apparently it was Brad that was tossed. Because there's Kinsler.
Pitcher's going to go in the number 2 hole.
Cabrera swings, ground ball to short, gobbled up, knocked down, quick throw, got him. Man, oh man, Ibar stayed with it, and the Tigers return back. An absolute rocket hit by Cabrera, and that look says it all.
He bobbles it, picks it up, still gets him.
And the frustration of Miguel Cabrera. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank, a part of Detroit and the community since 1849. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory. Back here at Petco Park, where the Tigers had a golden opportunity, a leadoff double in the top of the 8th. They couldn't get him home, and now on a Wallside Windows pitching change, Shane Green.
Shane Green on the hill again. Pitched a couple of games in Seattle, heavily used, but he's got to come in here and shut the Padres down, give them no runs. Tigers trail by 1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
James McCann will stay in the game. He is catching.
Now, I thought that the umpire said straight up for the pitcher and McCann in the number 2 hole. Does it make sense?
That wouldn't make sense at all.
Well, we only have one hitter. That's Den Decker. So the pitchers do a 6.
Yeah.
So they'd have to use their last. They only have one player. They got to use their last player, Den Decker.
1 ball, 1 strike on Pirela, who is 0 for 3.
If you've got more than one player, that would make sense. Sometimes the umpires do it wrong, but swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
Two ground outs and a pop up for Jose Pirela. Now Green will step off. There is Mauer closing, their closer rather, warming up. Brandon Mauer. Chopper left side of the infield, cut off by Machado. 1 away. Fans vote today, vote tomorrow, vote Tigers for the 2017 All-Stars. The Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot. Vote at Tigers.com/vote. Catch all the excitement of the 88th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 11th, and it's live on Fox. Here's Carlos Suaje. Ground ball right side, ranging left, Kinsler. 2 up, 2 down.
Doing his job. Let's get this 3rd out. Tigers get to work.
Here's Will Myers. Mauer, their closer, has 13 saves. ZRE though is over 6.
Yeah, he's had some stinkers.
Ball 1 to Myers. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Those 3 at bats against Michael Fulmer, who is fabulous again tonight.
Mauer's got a lot of velocity. Likes the slider. He's got to change. However, Green's got to get the final out here in the bottom of the 8th.
One ball and 1 strike. The only run in this game so far came way back in the 2nd. Nothing but zeros on both sides since. It'll dart low, 2-1.
And the run was started by a walk. Walk and a double.
Tiger bullpen in the 6-game losing streak has really struggled.
Oh, 0-3 with the 7 over 7 ERA.
Good slider there right at the knees. But
a chance to redeem himself right now. He's get this game tied up, go to extras. They play a lot of bonus baseball in this park, by the way. They believe in it. Tigers get their first win in extra innings tonight, is my prediction.
Full count now, 3-2 on Myers. Renfroe waiting on deck.
How good was Michael Fulmer today?
He was spectacular.
Vintage Michael Fulmer, that's for sure. Gives up 1 run.
Now the 3-2. Fouled away.
Tigers offense continues to struggle tonight. Down to their last chance. And Miggy, you see his frustration when he grounded out there. I mean, he hit a rocket right to the left of Ibar. Almost didn't handle it. Man on second. Matuk could have scored easily. They can't get it.
Popped him up. Left side of the infield. It'll be Iglesias going back to the grass. 1-2-3 for Shane Green. We are headed to the 9th inning. JD, J up, coming up. All right, guys, here we go. The Tigers need a run here to tie it up. Brandon Maurer is their closer. He has struggled of late, and he'll go to work here in the 9th. And the first one is low and away to J.D. Martinez.
He brings it hard, 96 miles an hour plus. Well side windows pitching change. 32nd game. He's got a tale of 2 seasons. Tell us about it.
Well, his first month and a half, ERA of 2.03. His last 18 games, the ERA is over 10.
Like it. Sounds good.
Matt Caesar is in left field. That's pounded back out of play. JD in the ball game 0 for 3. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count on J.D. Martinez. It'll be Upton to follow, then Machado.
It's a nasty slider. He just got the 98 mile an hour fastball before that, and he drops that off. But Got to make sure you guard against that slider. Foul that fastball off.
That's going to sail foul down the right field line. Here's the upcoming matchup presented by Wallside Windows in Game 2 tomorrow. It's going to be Lamet and Sanchez getting together.
Well, Anibал's got a chance to improve on a pretty good performance his first time back. Hopefully he'll be going for a 2-game winning streak.
Got him. Strike 3 in the outside corner. He just nipped the outside corner.
JD was looking for a slider right there, wasn't he?
One gone. We'll bring up Justin Upton. 2 walks and a ground out. Upton hit a ball that appeared was headed to the right field corner. Diving play by Myers saved a hit and an RBI.
Got to sit on the heater early.
98 missed outside. 1-0.
They're going to try and keep it away from Jay Up. He works that slider there and that fastball there. It was a good pitch that he got JD on. He was looking for the slider and the fastball got by him too quick.
Take it all the way.
Gonna get a heater here. It won't be inside either. You might even want to step up on the plate. Right about now when he starts. Throws a slider, tip of your hat.
Whew. 99. Right at the letters.
Seems everybody we play have the back end of their bullpens. The guys are all throwing 97 and above, doesn't it?
Sure does. Every single team. It'll dart low and away. 3-1 now on Upton.
Gets behind. Look at the average. 438. A couple dingers.
Bouncing ball back up the middle. Ibar is on the move. Upton is safe at first base. Oh, he beat it out.
I hope he's right. I thought he was on the base. They're going to look at that.
You almost have to, don't you? I mean,
I thought he was on the base. I hope my eyes were wrong. Jap's coming out the field.
Yeah, he's out.
Well, maybe New York will get a different view of something.
I don't know why Upton's walking off the field.
Because he knows he was on.
Well, I know, but they have yet to make that decision. Yeah, he knew he was out.
Put his on the bag. He came off right after that. Sometimes they miss him in New York. Let's hope this is one of them.
Well, the real obvious ones take about 30 seconds to 45 seconds. They're still looking at this. And he is out at first base. Two gone. And that's going to leave it up to Dixon Machado. Dixon looks at a strike. 0-1.
Well, he brings the Express 98, 99 miles an hour. He's got a good slider. Breaks off the plate many times. I don't know if you could see it or not.
He's gone to 2-1.
Yeah, you got to find a way on. Romine on deck.
Three and one.
See, that's when a pitcher would be on the mound and he'll say to himself, I can't walk this guy, and wouldn't you know it, it happens many times. To tell you the truth, many of them say that, and it works against them.
Fly ball in the air toward left center field. This is going to do it, and the Padres have shut out the Tigers. 1-0 the final score. Now we send you to the Coliseum Studios. Matt Shepard standing by with Tigers live postgame.